Welcome to my presentation. In this presentation, we shall see how to find the absolute value of an integer number. The absolute value of a number is the distance from the origin to the number on the number line. The distance, the absolute value is a number. The absolute value of a number is the distance from the origin to the number on the number line. That is an important thing. Second point is the distance from 0 is always a positive number. It is never a negative number. It is always a positive number. And the third point we want to know is the symbol for absolute value. The symbol for absolute value is written like that. There are two lines on either side of the term or the number. If it is a term, if it is a variable term, we write the variable term and then put two lines on either side like that. That is the mathematical representation of absolute value. So let us look at some examples to understand this concept. Let us say example 1. Let us find the absolute value of the number 6. We want to find the absolute value. Let me write here. We want to find the absolute value for the number 6. So what do? We're going to follow the steps. Step number 1 is we draw the number line. And then on the number line, we're going to say if this is the origin, and if on the left hand side of the origin we have negative numbers, and on the right hand side of the origin if we have positive numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and so on, we're going to identify where the origin is. That is the origin. We're going to identify where we want to find the absolute value for the number, and the number we have identified is 6. So therefore, from the origin to the number where we are interested in, the distance between these two between the origin and that number is 6 units. That is 6 units. So therefore, as a second step, if I were to write the second step in here, the absolute value of the number 6 is going to be equal to 6 units. That's the way we're going to represent the value of the absolute value of 6. It is 6 units from 0, 6 units from the origin. It is 6 units from the origin. Let's look at another example. Let us get a little bit more practice on this. The second example I have is, let's find the absolute value of the number -8. We want to find the absolute value of the number -8. So we'll write down the steps. Step number 1 is, let's draw the number line and let us identify the points. This is 0. On the right hand side of the origin are positive numbers. On the left hand side of the origin we have negative numbers. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8. So that is where we want to be. So in here the origin is there and the number we are interested in is right there. So if I were to draw a line at the origin and at the number where we are interested in, which is -8, and if I were to say what is the distance between these 2 points, the distance between those 2 points is 8 units. The distance between those 2 points is 8 units, and therefore as a second step we can come back and then say the absolute value of the number -8 is 8 units. And what we mean by that is it is 8 units from the origin. 8 units from the origin. In my next presentation, we shall see more examples on how to find the absolute value of integer numbers.